And thank you, Clint Alphin, for that wonderful performance of Country Train, and which is something that he wrote himself. And he is now here in the studio to share with us more about his musical background, which is pretty diverse. Yes,
Yeah.
welcome, Clint.
Well, thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm glad you could come in. Yeah. So you have a new album coming out.
That's
here
correct.
Very soon.
Yeah.
And your music is kind of a mixture, you said, of Americana, you call it. But what kind of mix is that?
Yeah, I grew up starting, the first person I wanted to learn to play on guitar, I wanted to play like James Taylor and write some of his songs. He's a big hero of mine, so that's what first drew me.
Good influence.
Yeah, that's what first drew me to writing songs. And then since then, I've listened to a bunch of different styles of music. I went to Appalachian State for a little bit and picked up some bluegrass and folk influences. And so I would say that it's mainly a singer-songwriter based music for me, but I, like to sponge up any other influences that I can. So I kind of like to use the term Americana because those are a lot of the artists that I like. Rodney Crowell, Emmylou Harris, Gillian Welch, and David Rawlings. Those people all are kind of a gold standard to me.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you happen to play quite a few instruments, both in live performances as well as on your records.
Yeah, that's true. Along with writing most of his music, he plays most of his own instruments. So that's impressive.
That's true. I mainly sing and play guitar, and then I like to, the past few shows that I've done, I like to kind of bring in the piano and the keyboard a little bit because I've been learning and learning to write a little bit more on the piano. And I like to say I play a lot of other stuff. The mandolin, banjo, dobro, whatever I can get my hands on and make a sound out of.
Yeah, nice. Good for that folk bluegrass.
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
Of sound. That's great. Well, and you even studied music in college because you have several degrees.
Yeah, I did. I studied vocal performance. Was mainly my college music focus. I got a business degree with a vocal performance minor from the University of North Carolina, and then I kind of completed that circle with a second bachelor's degree from Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina, which is, it was basically a music degree with a business minor. So
awesome. So you hear that? He's smart and talented.
Right. Well, and it makes sense that he's also a member of Mensa with all those degrees.
We really shouldn't even be here with him, Curtis. I
know.
Okay, we'll stay.
Yeah, that's been a very interesting experience. I qualified for that based on my scores to get in a grad school for Lipscomb University, where I got my an education degree. So
that's great.
They're a varied walk of people. All smart, of course, but
right.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
And so you are originally, though, from North Carolina.
I am.
And I know, like, your first album was Effigy, which had a real bluegrass feel to it.
Yeah.
So is that some influence that came into that?
Yeah, a lot of that influence is, like I said, James Taylor and a lot of the bluegrass music that came from North Carolina, like Doc Watson, Earl Scruggs. We've got as much bluegrass heritage, I like to say, as Kentucky or Tennessee. Sometimes we don't get as much credit for it sometimes, but there's a lot of great music that comes out of North Carolina.
Yeah.
And on your new album, which is entitled Postmodern Man, what would you say your inspiration or influence is behind that album? It's
more of a walk through life and kind of commenting on, the things that happen to you, and you try to make them both personal and universal. I guess that's the songwriter's challenge.
Right.
But it breaks away from some of the folk roots that I've had, in that there's some very piano-driven and produced songs, but there's still a lot of good acoustic, stripped-down songs that are pretty much me and a guitar, or me and a guitar and a harmonica. So.
And all of these albums are still available, like on Pandora and iTunes and stuff. You can just type in Clint Alphin, Alphin, Pandora, and a whole station will come up for this kind of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. The genre,
and they're available on iTunes and through Amazon.com and my website, ClintAlphin.com. And so there's plenty of ways to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also play locally. In fact, some of the well-known places are Bluebird Cafe.
Yes.
What was that?
Made possible by, or not possible, made possible by Nashville.
Right,
the show.
right.
Yes.
Made popular.
Yeah.
And it's all. You've also performed at Antique Archaeology, which is
That's
actually
right.
owned by American Pickers, so
Yeah.
another well-known.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fun place to play. There's a lot of tourist traffic that comes in and out of there, so
Right.
it's nice to see what goes over with the crowds there, and
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
So if you're local, what other places could we find you playing at?
I play at the Franklin Mercantile sometimes,
Sure.
Bugging Up Pig. I live in Spring Hill, close to Franklin, so
Franklin's
nice.
a great place
Yeah.
for music.
yeah, and still
Kimbro's.
Kimbro's.
Yeah,
I've played
okay.
at some writers' nights there, and
Excellent.
every once in a while at the Bluebird Cafe, there's a pretty long list of people that want to play there, so
Right.
you have to kind of go in a rotation there. But that's
Absolutely.
a fun place to play.
So I'm someone who wants to come see you. So how do I find out about your upcoming shows? Where do I go?
The easiest place would be to find me on Facebook, and if you search Clint Alphin, you'll find my personal page and my music page.
Okay.
So if you like my music page, I keep that updated pretty much constantly, and I'll probably add you as a friend. I don't think my list
good.
is filled up yet.
I need a friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you and like you on
Right.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So, other than playing live, you've also played for quite a few Americana music festivals,
Yes.
not just locally, but in other states. Tell us about some of your memorable moments from that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a member of the International Folk Alliance, and they have a folk music conference every year that I've played some showcases at and really enjoyed that. And then a couple of summers ago, I got kind of a big break. I got to play at the Telluride Bluegrass Festival in Telluride, Colorado, as part of their songwriters, their troubadour contest. So that was a really great festival to play at. And then last year, kind of an even bigger deal for me, I got to play at Merle Fest, which is a big bluegrass festival in Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I got third place in the Chris Austin songwriting contest out there.
Excellent.
Which is, it's been a contest that's launched the careers of Gillian Welch and among some other people. So I was really fortunate to be counted among the finalists of that, and my family, my parents go to that every year as well. So I got to play in front of them, which was nice.
Congratulations. That feels really good. It's kind of like grassroots.
Yeah.
Bluegrass.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's great. They've got a lot of great performers that play at that festival.
a lot of
I
grass.
see what you did there. I
know,
like
it's a lot
that.
of grass. Well, you have another performance coming up here that
Yes.
we want to hear about. So what is this song about?
This next song is the song Effigy, the title song off my very first album. And it's about being the person that you were called to be rather than the person that maybe a lot of other people try to make you into.
That sounds like a good theme. I
like
like that.
it.
We can roll with that.
Absolutely. Well, stick around and listen to Clint Alphin right here on Music City Corner.
And also on Facebook, it's Clint-Alphin, and we're going to come visit you
Absolutely.
and hear you play live.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for watching this interview from Music City Corner. You can view more interviews and performances by clicking right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and, of course, MusicCityCorner.com.